Hey, what is going on? And welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Moonriver. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous update, it's going to be in the top right hand corner of the video. Now, jumping into the daily chart, you can see that we have landed on the 1.272 on the Fibonacci over here, and I did give you these levels many moons ago, and we've held the 1.272. We had, faked out a couple of times below this level, but we never really got anywhere close to $160. But I would suggest you keep an eye on this level still, because in case of another flash crash, $160 would be a great zone, to hold as support. So yeah, potentially have some buy orders at $160. Well, just don't have it at $160 exact. Maybe put in like 160.2, 0.3, just so that it's not a round number. Otherwise, your chances of getting filled are a bit smaller. Now, as you can see, we're holding the 1.272 at $180, and we've hit this level multiple times. So if you bought off this level, you would have been up. As you can see, had a little nice move over here of 32%, a nice move over here of around about 15%, and right now you're up 6.5%. So you're still getting rejected from the 20 EMA, and the gap in between the 20 EMA and the 55 EMA is so large right now. So this is just screaming at me that we're going to have some sort of a relief rally potentially, or we have a full-on trend reversal, because if you start getting above, let me just show you, if you start getting above the 55 EMA over here, right? If the 55 EMA is coming lower, right? And you get above the 55 EMA and you hold that as support while the 20 starts coming up and creeping up all the way to the 55, and you have the bullish cross, that would be your full-on trend reversal, right? And I do apologize about that. And that would be obviously the bullish side, or the bullish scenario, right? First off, you do have a resistance level over here at $223, so or almost $24. So have this level in mind, right? If you're looking to take some profits, so from this 1.272 all the way to that resistance, that's a 24% trade. If you want to take some profits, that's a level to keep an eye on, right? Because that is our level 1 of the Fib retracement, and this is, we've held it as support. We wicked down to this area, then we got rejected twice from this area, basically. So this is an important resistance level in my mind. So if we manage to break this level and back test it as support while the 20 EMA starts creeping up, that would be great. But you can see that the price is being coiled up over here. Look at the price action. It just looks like it's ready to explode, right? So hopefully we'll have some sort of a move relatively soon, but right now it's a great time to be dollar cost averaging, because as you can see, some of the projects have already started moving up all the way to their all-time highs, and some are still sitting, like Moonriver here. So this gives you a great opportunity to dollar cost average your way into the project. Now, if I take a look at the daily RSI, we've done a very good thing over here. So we've been hitting our head on this resistance level ever since September over here. 1, 2, 3, almost 4 hits. Here on the 5th time, we broke through it, back tested it as support, and now we're moving, above this resistance trend line, which is great. So this means that we broke a key level of resistance on the RSI, and potentially, if we start getting above the 20 EMA, this is where we start reversing the trend, right? So yeah, it's looking very bullish on the RSI. We're doing everything we need to do. We're breaking up above a resistance level, back testing it as support. Everything's looking good. And right now, our major resistance level is the 20 EMA. So you want to break the 20 and back test it as support. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. $179.3 is your buy order level for now at the 1.272. And obviously $160 below that if we manage to have a flash crash, right? Below that, we have the 1.618 at $134, and usually the 1.618 is a technical target after you start breaking through the first fib level, right? And we've done that, right? But we've held the 1.272 as support here. So I don't know if we're going to get to the 1.618, right? Maybe this is where we are bottoming out, and as you can see, we're forming this nice rounded bottom over here. So we'll see how things play out. Be ready for both outcomes. Have some buy orders ready to go. Have some sell orders ready to go if you're looking to sell. If you're holding for the long term, good for you. Just have, an exit strategy, prepared if you're not, okay? Now let's jump into the 4-hourly chart. Okay, jumping into the 4-hourly chart. So I did give you this nice yellow rectangle buy zone over here from $175 to $170 in case we have a little pullback. This would be your great entry points. Also, if you look at this white trend line over here, we've been holding it as support relatively nicely. So one bounce over here, second bounce over here, third bounce over here, and each time we have a bounce, we have a move to the upside. So right now we are in a good, we're starting to form an uptrend, right? So we're forming higher lows. We haven't had a higher high yet because we've peaked out over here at around about $240. And potentially our next peak is going to be, you could look for $256 based on the fib retracement. That is where the 1.272 is. So this is just a smaller fib retracement that I set up from the swing low over here in December to the swing high over here at the end of December as well. That gives us the 1.272 at $257. So that's another target. And you get your 1.618 target, which is our technical target after breaking the first fib level as always. That is sitting at $280. So from where we are right now, that is a 47% trade. And if you got in at $180 where I gave you the support level, that would be a 55% trade. So it's all looking good right now. In case of a flash crash, you have your support levels, you have a couple of resistance levels in play. And let me just show you what are we looking for in terms, for the long term. Before that, let's take a look at some of the oscillators. So the Stochastic Rsi is in the oversold, so great entry points based on the stochastic on the 4-hourly. The MACD has just had a bearish cross, so we are in a downtrend based on the MACD. But as you can see, the MACD is a lagging indicator. If I come back to the chart, you can see that there is no, this is why you had the bearish cross in the MACD, because you started going down on the 4-hourly, you started losing the support of the EMAs on the 4-hourly. That's why you had the bearish cross here. And if you take a look at the RSI, this is where you had that little pump or little pamp for Moonriver. And since then, we're just consolidating, right? As you can see, we're consolidating and we're not really forming higher lows on the RSI. So a bit of a divergence there, as you can see. If I just zoom out a little bit on the price action, you can see that on the RSI, we're not really forming higher highs, but on the price action, or higher lows, but on the price action, indeed we are. So a bit of a divergence there, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Now let's jump into our previous chart to look at some long-term targets. Now, zooming out, we've lost our October low over here, and we still haven't lost our September low over here, which is great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set a Fibonacci retracement from this swing low to the swing high over here, right? So we have our initial fib. I'm just going to remove it for the sake of keeping everything clean, all right? I'm just going to do this. We're going to bring it back in a second. So yeah, so assuming this is our, swing low, and assuming we don't go any lower. So $170 is our swing low. So our swing high is all the way up here at $506. Now we start moving up, right? And you see we have the 1.272 at $682. We have our 1.414 at $796. And we have our 1.618 at $995. So those are our long-term targets. Obviously, we can get overextended even higher, but based on the fib from a technical standpoint, you have these three major targets, with the 1.618 being the target after you start breaking through the first fib level, okay? So yeah, those are some of the long-term targets that I'm going to be looking at. Let's just bring back the smaller fib over here with the targets to the downside. So as you can see here, the targets are to the upside because potentially I'm just assuming that we have bottomed out over here, right? If we don't bottom out, these targets are going to change because we're going to have to set this fib even lower because we're going to print a lower low. But hopefully that was not too hard to understand. Hopefully everything was easy to understand. If I missed out anything on the chart, let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to check me out on Twitter. I do technical analysis in there as well. We have a great Telegram community. Make sure to check out the links in the description. We have a Discord server where you can request technical analysis and stay updated with the latest news from the crypto world. And we also have a Patreon, which is a great way to support me. Think of it as buying a cup of coffee, but instead of the coffee, you get a lot of low cap jump calls, my buy and sell alerts. You get technical analysis and video requests, all the types of stuff. So yeah, it's a great way to communicate with me and, more personal one-on-one connection. So yeah, I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night. Also, guys, make sure to check out ExpressVPN. This is the best VPN we have out there. So if you want to protect your data and you want to protect your information from your local network providers from anywhere in the city, if you connect to a Wi-Fi network, you're going to be safe using ExpressVPN. So also you can battle censorship with a VPN. For example, if you live in Japan and you want to access the streaming content of a different country, let's say Canada. So with ExpressVPN, you can change your IP address and you can access the streaming content on any, any basically streaming platform. So yeah, and for us in the crypto space, it's really important to keep our data and information safe. And for you US folks out there, it's really good to use a VPN sometimes because you get left out a lot of times with launch pads and different IDOs and ICOs. So yeah, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee, and also there is an exclusive deal for you. If you use the link in the description, you're gonna get obviously 30 days risk-free and 3 months for free if you decide to sign up for the 1-year plan. But yeah, the links are in the description. Make sure to check out ExpressVPN. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.